Here we are on our line, and it's looking a little sketchy, just enough for a ski cut. I don't want to take any chances. There's some cliffs below there. You just want to be on a rope, right? So a few things to consider when to do a belayed ski cut is your terrain. Is there exposure? Is there a convexity where you could get a good ski cut in, but there might be some hang fire that would sweep you in? There's a bunch of things to think about for placing your anchor, your setup where you're going to belay from as well. We try to use natural features in the terrain. Anything close to a real anchor, like trees, rocks, something absolutely solid is going to be the preferred method. We don't have any trees around here or rocks, so what we're going to do is just a bucket seat stance, using our skis as kind of a backup anchor. A few things you're going to want to do is dig out a nice seat for yourself. Of course, always going to want to anchor your pack and your articles. The better your seat, the safer it is, the better. Often while you're doing a seated anchor, you can use an ice axe or some poles or something else to kind of back you up. You really want to back it in there, you know, get really put in there. And I like to reposition my skis once I get my seat in and just make sure that they're really in there. So an important thing about your stance with your skis is to keep them wide enough that your rope's not going to catch on your edges at all. Okay, so we got our rope here. You want to create a bucket, and that's to set your rope in so it's not sliding down the hill and getting all tangled up. As a backup measure, I like to tie one end of the rope around me. That way we're just not going to lose him down there. I do feel comfortable enough to do that we are going to be attached together, that I'm not going to get pulled off of this spot. Whatever you need to do to secure yourself, to make sure that you're absolutely not going to get ripped off the mountain, is what you want to do, especially if you're tying yourself to somebody else. So for speed's sake, I just use tightening knot, and I'm going to flake the rope into the bucket. So I have about 15 feet of rope flaked into here, and now what I'm going to do is, this is called a warning loop, right? I'm going to loop this down and then keep flaking. And that way, when I see this rope disappear out of sight, I don't have to look anywhere. It's in my peripheral right now. I can yell out, 10 feet rope left. And that'll let my partner know that he's only got a little bit of rope left. Communication is the most important thing while you're on blade skiing. You got to trust your partner entirely, okay? So hit belay. This goes to our skier. You got your skier down here. You're going skiing, skiing, skiing. It's really easy just to sit here and kind of let the rope feed. You can help it along. You're going to be feeding a lot of rope. And then something happens, boom! You're going to wrench that as hard as you can. Get back, plant. It's going to want to rip you wherever the skier is going towards the fall line. So you want to be sure to set up so that you can counter against that. You don't want the rope pulling you down and off the fall line. You want it kind of wedging you in.